Hey everyone, it's Dakota Clayball, and this time I'm talking their Klassiker, and boy did it deliver. It ended 3-2 Bayern winning in the Signal Iduna Park, but nervously. But before we even talk about goals, yes, Harry Kane did score two. This match could have been completely different in the opening minutes. Because let's be real, Nico Schlotterbeck was very lucky to stay on the pitch today. And that moment shaped everything. Let's break this down properly, shall we? Early in the first half, Schlotterbeck goes into a challenge on Josef Stanisic. Studs up, high ankle area, aggressive follow through. Yes, he does get the ball, but he catches the top of it, and his studs ride straight in through to Stanny. Under the laws of the game, that's where the debate starts. Excessive force? Check. Endangering an opponent? Check. Studs above the ankle? Yeah, check. That's serious foul play territory. And on another day, that's a straight red. Even Schlotterbeck admitted after that he was fortunate. And here's why that matters. Because instead of Dortmund going down to 10 men, he stays on. And minutes later, what does he do? He scores the opening goal for Dortmund. That's a psychological swing if I ever see something. I don't know. Now, Dortmund's first half strategy was to disrupt and harass Bayern as much as possible. And let's talk about this first half structurally, because they did just that. They didn't outplay Bayern. They tried to disrupt them. From the opening whistle, aggressive pressing waves, immediate pressure on the double pivot, closing central lanes, forcing Bayern wide, and tackling hard and early were what Dortmund did. And Bayern could not maintain sustained possession in the attacking half. And that was key to their play. Normally, Bayern pinned their opponents in the defensive third. Instead, Dortmund made every sequence uncomfortable. Touches were rushed, passing angles cut off, vertical balls were forced. Bayern couldn't establish rhythm. And that was deliberate. And here's the thing, it worked for 45 minutes. And early on, in the 26th minute, like I said, Schlotterbeck scores from a corner, which has been Bayern's Achilles heel all season, it seems like. The ball came in, Jonathan Tah couldn't clear it, defensive spacing was slightly off, and Dortmund capitalized. The stadium, the Gelbe Wand, erupted. And for the remainder of the half, Bayern looked unsettled. It wasn't chaotic, but it just wasn't comfortable. And that's exactly what Dortmund wanted. And here's the thing, folks. What was Bayern missing? Two things stood out in the first half. Michael Olise and Luis Diaz weren't in the play. There was no attacking half control and no tempo authority. Bayern were reacting, not dictating play. Olise had a rare off day, and probably his worst. Now, there was second half adjustments, because that's what champions do. Coming out of halftime, Bayern made subtle but critical changes to their first half play. There was faster circulation, quicker switches of play, higher fullback positioning, and stronger second half recovery. Now, the issue was, and I'll say this, Bayern were missing Alphonso Davies and Hiroki Ito. Davies got injured in the last one, will be out for a month. Hiroki Ito looks like to be out for the same amount of time. And when you don't have those, you have to get Limar over there on the left side. And there was a lot of difference. But he had stronger second ball recovery in the second half, and the press became more coordinated as a result, and Dortmund's harassment lost its intensity. The control started shifting. And what does that lead to? Harry Kane scoring goals. He scored two, folks, two. His first one equalized the game. And that equalizer came from Serge Gnabry passing the ball to Harry Kane from a header from the left side to the right side. Harry Kane passes it basically into the goal. There was no laces hard shot. It leveled the play and there was no drama. It was 1-1. Bayern, Dortmund were equal. It killed Dortmund's emotional edge. Then, folks, comes the penalty, of which Nico Schlotterbeck was involved again with Josef Stanisic. This time, Kane steps up, ice cold, scores, but it was partially saved, but it still went in by Gregor Kobel. It was 2-1 in der Klassiker on the road. That's authority. Now, unfortunately, Bayern has been giving up late goals, and Dortmund did score in the 83rd minute. 2-2. Now, this is the moment that defines teams. Does Bayern unravel? No, they don't unravel. They stay compact. They don't force vertical chaos. They maintain their rest defense. And then, what happens? They score in the 87th minute. Joshua Kimmich. Volley. Pure perfection. Running over with pure conviction to the corner flag to celebrate with everyone. Captain's armband. He's going to be the next captain when Neuer retires. 3-2 Bayern. Why did they win? Here's the honest breakdown. Dortmund won the first half tactically. They disrupted, harassed, and denied rhythm, of which Bayern are used to. But they couldn't sustain it. Bayern adjusted their build-up speed. They reclaimed midfield control, and they stayed composed emotionally, and they executed clinically. You could see from all three goals, execution, clinical. That's what Bayern is. That's how they win, clinically. Now, if Schlotterbeck had seen red, this is a completely different game. 80 plus minutes of 10 men against Bayern. But instead, he scores. Dortmund frustrate for 45 minutes, but champions absorb pressure. And when the moment comes, they strike. Der Klassiker belongs to Bayern. Again. This has been your boy Dakota Clayball. Please follow me on all socials, Dakota Sells FL. And until next time, your needs are the point. Tschüss.